Actually, this is the official entrance to Wildstorm. And as you can see, it's super dark in here. The lights are off. The walls are painted this dark gray. And
like we regained some of the faith. I think that the kids still like our work, but I know a lot of retailers are probably angry at us as a whole, and that's primarily because of our shipping difficulties. And at our last big meeting, we laid down some pretty severe rules and punishments for being late, and when we would solicit projects, when we wouldn't solicit projects, how much work had to be done before we even say that this project existed, and penalties for screwing that up. So next year you'll either see a lot of books come out in time, or a lot of people leaving Image as they get fired and canned. So I'm not too owners or whatever,
Live from the world's financial capital, New York City, this is Moneyline.
Marvel Entertainment fell 3 1/4 today, closing at 49.5. The reason, some people say, is because of what you're about to see.
I'm here with one of the top talents in the comic book business, Jim Lee. Jim, it's great to...
Ready? Black Sherry, White Claw, Tall Boy. We got the sweet 20 ounce over here.
I can't visualize the shape off the top of my gray matter, but the stick, as you can guess, I mean, if you guys follow any of my artwork, you know that's gonna be a bloody motherfucking stick, right, guys? And people did seem to respond to the torn cape version of this versus the non-torn cape version. We can thank the AKA Pad Army for that. Thank you guys, love you. So that's a little bit of the thought process, and this is why we don't really abandon ideas. We do challenge ourselves throughout the entire process. Look, it's a journey, and boy, is it competitive. No joke. Look, you need subs for growth, and boy, does it breed jealousy though, because I get so jealous and I get so angry at people that have more followers than me. Consume alcohol today, and I had about 7 drinks. This is my third. This is my third White Claw already.
Are you ready for the eclectic one? AKA Pat is here.
AKA Padders, what is happening? How is everyone doing? Welcome to Monday Night Drawing Call. This is AKA Pad's drawing table, sometimes known as AKA Pad 6. We're working on. You know what? Let's just get that. We need that second camera, right? I mean, we gotta get some calls going. We are beyond busy doing things. doing Jack Kirby here, drawing the Surfer. This might be the first time in my life I've ever drawn the Silver Surfer. But we're just going to get another camera like rolling in here, looking freshy fresh. Okay, regardless of any I don't know, frame rates or slowdown or anything like that. Let's just get that right in there. Okay. We got a different pair of shades. Let's clean this off. How we doing, everyone? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I realize that this time slot is insanely competitive when it comes to just streaming, the audience I reach out to, so on and so forth. But consistency, and the only way you get good at drawing is if you don't stop drawing. And the more you draw, the more of a joy you should have. Like going through the process. It should be less stressful. It's only stressful when you don't know how to draw what you intend to draw. We're doing sketchbook work here. You're essentially working in Jacktober. That was a sketchbook challenge a year ago. I was under the impression it was kind of blew my mind. It kind of upset me, but I thought Jacktober was annual, but it seems to be a one-time promotion by Tom Sicoli or the KFAB crew to promote his Jack Kirby book. So I'm a little upset about that. I just feel like we should always do Jacktober because it's Jack fucking Kirby. So all of those things, all of them. Cheers. We got some. Well, we just match, okay? We got some lime Bud Light seltzer. We're doing green. I have a green background. I don't know if it's showing up too well. Like maybe I should reduce like a little bit of that angle so we get some more green. Actually, I think that angle works a little bit better for my laptop. So if we're going to do Jack Kirby for a little bit, right, like we should have some Jack Kirby artwork up. And for Comic Xology, I think last year for Christmas, see, I was working on some Rob Liefeld stuff. That's my Youngblood reference there, which I don't think the Youngblood stuff's available at all anymore on Comic Xology. But one of the really underrated pieces from Jack Kirby is Superpowers. That was really my intro to him. And then later, I discovered the New Gods through that black and white edition I spoke about earlier. But let's just get into some of this, okay? Because you do need, like, Jack Kirby reference if you haven't had, like, a big run of drawing Kirby, okay? Because there's, there's definitely a nuance, right? Like, there's just so much that happens through his style, so it takes time. It really does take time to build a I don't know, we'll call it like almost like a Jack Kirby sense when you're trying to draw this guy. Like you kind of have to have you have to be a little bit predictive on the forms and where those forms hit some of the shadow areas. See, like here I'm having trouble, and I'm already using like a little bit of the Superpowers cover here to steal. And that's really the idea when it comes to drawing in a Kirby style. Like you're just borrowing it. But I think it would take years to nail this. I know like Kevin Eastman, like Jose Ladron for his Cable series that Joe Casey wrote, that I always endlessly reference that. But I would say like there's been only a few times in comic book history where there's been we'll just put this back here. We also have the freaking Eagles playing. Well, we'll get updates from Alexa as the night goes on. So I don't know. Like, I'm kind of intending to hang out here. We got like a PBR like ready to go to. I'm not so tired tonight, so which is really good. Last Thursday for Tutorial Soup Thursday, I did like a good 2-hour stream. That kind of added up, but I really would like to increase my stamina. Like, I really would like to stream for a few hours at a time. So, like, the overall format for this book too is like character and headshot. You guys can't see yet. See, character, headshot. We already got the whole. So I'm just going through last year's prompts, acting like that they're for this year. It broke my heart not being able to participate last year because I was so heavy in Inktober. But I'm kind of, yeah, you can kind of say I am ahead on Inktober this year. I mean, yesterday, for anyone keeping track, this is also the commission coming up. That's going to be I think t-shirt and like promo images. But when it comes to like the Clive Barker sketchbook, and I'm making a new pledge. We're drinking one of these per broadcast. I just get so wrapped up in the drawing so much that I don't even like like I leave with liquid in here. No more. We are finishing our alcohol. I have to commit to that. Here we go. Ridesco. I love like playing with that name. How we doing? I'm just going through. We're just updating a little bit of my Inktober sketchbook. We're going to work on a little bit on Inktober, and then we're going to also work on last year's Jacktober sketchbook prompts because I was under the impression that was like an annual thing, and it's not. It was just like a 1-year thing, and whatever. I kind of want to bring it back. I really do. I think I should just do my own Jacktober prompts and take it from there. So, but I was going to kind of like update a little bit of the Clive Barker sketchbook because like we definitely have progress. We're on day 4, which is like going to be a guy like wrapped in barbed wire. But we really, I went all the way up to about 16, even though I skipped one of them by accident. And, you know, like I got all of my layouts, my ideas pretty much like ready to go. So I want to work on this tonight. This one here, this one is the roof prompt that I'm just dying to work on. Just really cool like fantasy ideas. I'm trying to push more and more of that out of me, like a little bit of that horror element. It's hard because I never went balls deep in horror before, like never. Yeah, dude. Look, there's only a lot going on because we, you know, like we're trying, and I say when I say we, I really do mean like whoever follows me on social media. I mean when I say we, okay? A lot of people don't, but I do. I just feel like we are trying to get better. We're constantly marching towards a goal of muscle memory when we draw. We're trying to eliminate brain to pencil to paper. We're trying to shorten that distance as much as possible, and that only comes through obsessive practice. Okay. And you know, some people will tell you like, you know, like draw until you're rich or all these other things, which I do feel like some creators do. Like that's why a lot of creators like fall off, which is why it's frustrating if you follow people. Like if you follow a McFarlane, like how much McFarlane has fallen off. guys like Stephen Platt, that kind, like still talented, still good. I think he still like swings for the fences, but like not the Stephen Platt of old. I can make the same argument for a Rob Liefeld, and it doesn't take away from what their like overall efforts are, okay? But it takes away from like when you discover them, and that's why there's a little bit of anger, and like I'll say like a little bit of like ownership when you see an artist kind of go through a style change, and sometimes it's age. Like these guys really, like when their eyesight and stuff starts to go. I know Liefeld was very vocal on that, which was why he was like getting into this like resurgence. And I respect it. I respect getting back into the game with that attitude in mind. But I do feel like if Liefeld focused on like some other aspects of his life, and really tried to increase his cognitive function as he got older and things like that. Which I might be speaking out of turn. I don't know if he does that stuff. But based on his level of work, I would say no. And these things are controllable. Like like you can kind of control your age as you age. How amazing is that? So we got Silver Surfer here, just about ready to go. So this paper, it's a little bit harder to glide glide the white out over the paper because it's smooth and toothy, and it's a little bit harder to grip. So like the detail for the highlights just isn't there. But that's cool though. Like that's why you make do and you just say the hell with it and you keep going. But this was also another like $6 sketchbook. So for October, we are using $12 worth of sketchbooks, people. So do not think you need money to buy what you need to make things. Now, speaking of money, I do have to probably make a run and get a good supply of these because I wanted the 4B. Know your pencil leads, okay? Know your materials, know your craft. When I bought this, okay, I mean I knew it was going to be 4B. I just knew it because this is almost like it's almost like charcoal, which is like it's so soft. I love drawing with it, and it helps me be a little bit more deliberate. So I said that, but let's do it. Like, let's do 4B. Like, let's do whiteout. Like, let's kind of do a lot of like scribbling and smudges and, and all of that madness. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Yeah, dude, like, I think I might have, if I go to my website, I may have uploaded, but like I may have only seriously drawn a surfer one other time in my life. And that's a big thing to what my website's all about too, is for it to be this giant catalog, reservoir, so to speak, depository, documentation, right? Okay, you know what I'm saying. Here we go, Total Excellence in the house. Total Excellence, we're working on Jacktober sketchbook from a year ago. Yeah, we got the Hulk here. We got some of our title pages pretty much like cooking. We're just warming up, okay? We're warming up. We might be doing sketchbook work tonight. We might be working on Dark Hero. This is the final prologue page. This was the page I was holding back on that we were going to put out during launch day. So we were just going to be able to say, hey, we got like 12 pages already inked. We have like 4 to 6 pages like computer painted, computer colored, like that sort of stuff. So, but it doesn't matter. We just keep going. We keep going. We don't slow down. Yeah, I know. Right. Look, you got, but check out the hat though. Check out the hat. Here we go. Trigger warning. Cleveland Indians. But yeah, so we are going to, like just sketch together, I guess, right? I mean, I don't know what to do sometimes. Like ever since Dark Hero kind of stopped, like paused. Like because I really like that momentum of doing Dark Hero every single Monday. I thought that was such a cool thing. It looked like that was growing and all of that. This is why you don't give up. When you try and do things in life, it doesn't matter what you attempt. Like, honest to God, like if you pay attention to life, taking out the garbage sometimes becomes like the hardest thing you have to do. But the garbage gets taken out. Okay? The garbage gets taken out. And life will always throw these obstacles in your way. And it's a little bit, I think it's a little bit of a universal like shit test. Like it's almost like the universe is testing you to see if you want it enough. And when it comes to Dark Hero, like I clearly wanted it. Okay. And I know fake writer Chris Dix is pushing a like a stupid science fiction story in vacuum. Which I kind of called him out on at one time. I got pissed because he like posted that he was looking for like a co-writer for that. And Dark Hero started with him having a co-writer. And it was a guy that later, like, I guess like backed out of the project and disappeared. I think his name was Matt. I have it in my text messages. But it was like the weirdest fucking thing. And I got on his back one time when he posted that he was looking for a writer for a science fiction book. And I'm like, dude, you are supposed to, you told me you were a writer. You talked yourself up. Like you told me about Netflix and all these things, right? Like you told me these things, dude. And you're posting about fucking in vacuum and you're looking for like a writer. Why? I'm like, why do you need a writer if you're a writer? And that's like again, like warning signs, and that's why when Dark Hero came to a head, that's really why I just wasn't surprised. I don't want to say I was relieved because I wanted Chris to power through. So we got Silver Surfer. I guess he's good enough. We do have the Thing next, and then after the Thing we have Captain America, who I literally love drawing. I love drawing Captain America. The greatest costume design, the greatest icon ever created in comics is the Punisher. The greatest costume design is Captain America because it's so freaking abstract. Agreed. People can truly create the tools that aren't expensive. I feel some people think the tools they have will make them better, but it's backwards. The creator is best tool in control. Right. But you also want to scale with that. Like you again, like it's always going up. You want to be able to grow your skill set while you grow your tools. That's the craftsman part. The craftsmanship part has nothing to do with the art and the creative. Okay, you have to master all of your tools. Like, and you have to literally know the difference. Like right here, like we'll get like two. Okay, you have to know the difference of different leads, different pencils, different manufacturers as time goes on. But to learn, to practice, you don't need anything. Abraham Lincoln, right out of the garbage. Which I think that's a myth, right? I think that was debunked. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Let's just have another look. Let's just have another freaking look. Okay. Is this straight? There you go. I mean, come on. No, wait, that's not straight. Because this is straight, but that's something's crooked. Something's crooked here. There we go. It's always something. But yeah, we're just doing stuff, okay? All the sketchbook work that I do, it's designed to improve my page time. So the time I spend on the page can be more targeted. It can be quicker, less redrawing. Look, I'm just running off the benefits of training and practice. You know, like I don't want to say practice. It's when you work in a sketchbook, you're training. You're going to the gym. You're practicing. You're getting your reps in. And you know, like I want to make my page time. When I hit the page, I want that to be as efficient as possible. So here we go. We got the thing. We got Ben Grimm. But yeah, people, no joke. I was so disappointed when I realized that Jacktober was just a one-off. Well, it doesn't matter. Like I said, like I wanted to do this a year ago, and I couldn't because I was locked into for my podcast. I do the 31 Days of Dread. This should be year 5 also, where that's one horror movie a day that I talk about during the entire month of October. So, you know, you can guess like that is a time resource strain. And then, I don't know, like I'm very committed to Inktober just because I just think it's the most challenging thing you can do as a illustrator. And I don't understand why more. I mean, it's pretty popular, but in my eyes, like there's so many more people I'd rather see participate. Even if they do like a drawing every day, like every other day, once a week or something. Yeah, like they just randomly pick up a prompt. And the reason for that is because, you know, like you kind of want to see how other talents can respond to that challenge. So everyone has a position on how to draw the thing. And I never developed one because I never drew him for long enough. So my position for the thing is not to screw it up. I do feel that the two best things in comic book history is John Byrne. I would say number 2 is Walt Simonson. Number 3 is Jim Lee for Heroes Reborn. Runner up, probably Alan Davis. Another 90s run. Or not 90s, 2000s. So here's you guys want to hear something crazy? I'll tell you something crazy. So I'm kind of into those Fox Fantastic Four movies. I was just last week I was watching Rise. I think last Thursday I was watching Rise of the Silver Surfer. I mean, why don't they just like do a special edition for that? And if they put Galactus in at the end, and I'm sure there's like footage, I'm pretty sure they can polish that ending. because there's so much that happens in that last 10 minutes that I refuse to believe. Because I know that there was like a back and forth when that was in production. And right, I don't think the executives liked the idea of Galactus and what he kind of represented, and they thought maybe I think they thought the idea was like too broad or too abstract, which is like, hey, look, like the people make decisions when movies happen, and there's so many decisions, like it's easy to only focus on the bad ones. And who knows, like the movie could have been worse with an actual Galactus in it. But I would like to find out. I really would. All right. Let's get full. Let's remove me. Let's do one more. Oh, we already did it. Cheers, everyone. Got to take the shades off. Let's get to it. Let's have a good time. Alexa, what's the Eagles score?
At the moment in the Monday Night Football game, the Eagles are losing to the Cowboys 14-7 with 1:31 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, I just love the idea of these like little character headshots on the opposite side of the pages. I just think it's so freaking like cool. It's cute. It's a nice design element, and then I make them all like say something. So wow, that great fight is really strong. And I always make them. So Silver Surfer says to my board, Hulk has like a Herm, and Ben Grimm here is am I main or am I monster? So let's get to some of these, some of this sweet whiteout. And excuse me if I am hitting the camera, but yeah, I gotta get in close sometimes. So my apologies if that shakes and you kind of miss something. So using getting as into these whiteout pens as I have for a couple years now, I will admit, I will say that they do a lot of the ways how I highlight comes through in my computer coloring, which is awesome. Because that's what I was like, one of those things you hope happens where, again, like you spend time learning a piece of your craft and you can transfer it to other areas. Again, like unintended consequences, but you stack things in your favor. You stack things to hopefully, rig a result. And that result is you learning, is you becoming better. It's you going further. Yeah, Captain Marvel still had the fantastic tagline, right, for that movie, that higher, further, faster. Like, how do you not love that? The higher, further, faster is so freaking cool in my eyes. Because I do feel like that could be a that's almost like a modern day, in my opinion. Like a need for speed from Top Gun. How much? Like, speaking of executive talk, how much do you want to bet that they really thought that the girls from the Captain Marvel movie would overtake the coolness of Top Gun? You know that was a hope. Take one away from Paramount, put it in the Disney court. One less pop culture reference for Paramount. But you cannot deny cruise control. So the Eagles are losing 14-7. It's not good because the Cowboys are scoring, and the Eagles just don't. I think that this last Niners game would have been way worse if Jimmy Garoppolo was had like a good first half, and he didn't. Like, he really wasn't completing passes. So that game would have been, the composite of that game would have been very, very different. So I'm not crazy about some of this. I think some of the whites are a little bit too much. Like, I'm really not. Yeah, I do like when I do the white eyes. So we'll do that, and then we'll ink that in. I went a little bit too far with some of this detail. I did. Definitely went too far. So this is where I noodle. I just get like overly paranoid that I'm just going to destroy it. But it's almost like you kind of like, you can go, it can be very circular. Like, you can like almost ruin the piece by noodling, but then you save it by noodling. So there you go. So I'm using some of this pen here. I'm really just like, not even a pen. Like, the pen just is a path to the blacks that I need to bring out some of these forms that are hidden now. And I always use my laptop, which is like right there, to give me a little bit more of a perspective. And it's very helpful. I have to kind of do that a little bit when I draw normally. Here we go. Right? Good enough. I like it. I think that's good. Good and loose. We want it to be loose. Bingo bango. Let's go. All right. Too much time on the thing there. Too much time. So we have Cap. And I'm just going through a little bit of the superpowers I have here, because I kind of just want like a couple ideas on a pose that doesn't look like that Silver Surfer one I just did. Just like a little bit of an idea. Like the Kirby poses too are just so, they're so wild, like so freaking abstract. Like I don't care like how much you can copy Kirby, like mimic him. Yeah, I think it's impossible to hit the frequency of what his poses does, like that type of like movement. I think it's really tough to analyze. But his paneling for this is just some of his. I think it's some of his best. It's some of my favorite. I like the redrawn heads because it's just like another way to see and read Kirby. But holy crap, there's a lot. I didn't realize, like, even though like I read this a couple years ago, maybe like 3 years ago, I forgot how many like legit characters are in this super powers miniseries. It's madness. Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I kind of struggled with it. Definitely struggled with doing the thing. Sorry, I'm just like zoning out here, trying to get. Like, I don't want to Google Captain America Kirby on my phone. I think that's like cheating a little bit. All right, I think I know what to do. We're going to do like the 3/4 running this way Jack Kirby pose. And if you're not familiar with that, let me show you. Doesn't that just excite you? Like knowing your job is to fill that up. Oh, I love it. We'll do this, and then we will jump on to the Todd Barker sketchbook. The one thing I absolutely love about this paper is I can actually erase on it, which blows my mind. So see, so this is like here. See, so that shape right here. Okay. I know it's a little tough to see. Kirby pose 101, because here we're gonna have the leg coming up here, and then this leg gets thrown like all the way back, and we're almost just using like shapes. We're not even using too much of the muscle form. And then like the head will be square. See, like I know enough about that. And then it's like, again, the shoulders are here like only to sell the layers. Like, you know, like layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4. Like that's the way you have to look at form sometimes. But that's a little bit what I mean. Like, see, the Kirby decisions are so tough to dissect. Because he had a way of rounding. Like, he knows how to, like, round this knee without drawing it as a knee. And that's a little bit of what I'm dealing with. Like, Kirby definitely had a way of doing these, like, you know, people call it abstract, but it's true. But it's like these abstract forms. You know, and they're abstract just enough so you can identify that they're human. I don't think I ever drew Captain America's mask to the point of me digging it. I always hate the way how I draw Captain America's mask. Like Bruce Timm and Darwin Cook were pretty close. I would just say in just the way that they're consistent with like the Kirby troops, like enough of the Kirby like signature things for it to kind of be Kirby, but also be like their style. There we go. So like that's a little bit there. Like that's a little bit there. Alexa, what's the Eagles score?
Right now in the Monday Night Football game, the Eagles are losing to the Cowboys 20-7, 7:10 left in the second quarter.
20. Now it's 20-7. Looks like Mike McCarthy did a fix-up job with America's team. And it's the funny thing is, so it's like I don't want to draw this in Kirby style, but I cannot help myself. I'm also drawing Captain America from like absolute memory here. Like I know he his Captain America had eyeballs. I know that. Some people draw a cap with the eyeballs, some people don't. I think the purists will include the eyeballs. Right, and he's also got gloves, right? Like Captain America has weird red gloves. Again, like some of these you don't want to look up. It's blasphemous if you have to look up, like the Spider-Man costume design, the Captain America one, the Green Lantern one. Like your good ones, your signature ones. Yeah, and you guys are just witnessing this straight up noodling right here. Just straight up noodling. There's a lot about this I don't like. But let's get to it. So I don't know if when I run out of this, I don't know. I have a 2B. Maybe I'll just start with that right now. I don't think I have many B pencils left. Here's another 2B. See, these ones are all H. I don't have many B's. Wait, what's this one? This one looks like a B. That's just a straight up B. Yeah. Oh, so frustrating. Yeah, I really don't keep pencils around. There's another B. So, I mean, we can kind of salvage HB. That's a negative. This one's dark. 4B. We've got another 4B right here. Okay. 4B is the way to go. So always know your manufacturers. Like, know your people who make your products. Don't be shy on stocking up on things. So what we're doing here, this is like an old trick. We're lightening up, we're removing these lines so we can lay down the finishing line. And we have just enough here, just enough to go off of. We'll use our newly discovered 4B, the Faber-Castell. This one is way softer than my previous one. So these are different Faber-Castell. See? So now I don't know. I think one's Castilian, one's not. I think that's the difference. See? But yeah, always, again, like it's up to you to find ways to challenge yourself, to push yourself. I mean, it's up to you. No one's going to do that. Captain America has ears, but we're just going to skip that for now. We're going to pretend he doesn't. Let's try one of these lighter leads real quick. Oh, yeah. Way different. Way different. It really is. It's like 4B or bust. So I got to hit the art supply store to even continue this. Yeah, like that's a little bit like a Kirby knee. A little bit. I just feel like sometimes when you work a little, like when you're trying to work in a Kirby style, you're kind of working backwards and forwards at the same time. It's so surreal. I never really tried it before. Like I thought I would have actually mastered it by now. But maybe like it's like the same issue I'm having with the Clive Barker sketchbook. It's like like you really have to transport your mind. Like you gotta like it's a consciousness thing. You gotta transport your consciousness to be able to perform like at a level. You're almost like acting. It's tough. It really is. So even after this, I don't know I didn't write down who's next, did I? No. I didn't even have the sense to do that. I can look that up on my phone real quick though. Because Sicoli doesn't, he's like not active too much on Insta. So to scroll to like last year doesn't take too long. Like I would even think by now too, like someone like Rob Liefeld would have done like a Kirby Commandy like ripoff book. Like a complete love letter to Commandy. I would have thought that. But no, people in hell want ice water, right? But for this one, we'll draw the ears. Yeah, and I'm trying not to use whiteout for every single drawing also. Maybe, I don't know. We'll make him say stars and stripes forever. Let's hit this with some whiteout, motherfuckers. This is a newer whiteout pen. And you can kind of see how easy it is to use compared to the other one. I don't even have to like squeeze much to get the white out for this one. I was going to say like this side should have more of the white. There we go. So look, always keep in mind too, like the way you draw is the way you're going to highlight. So I might just like part of my practice for this, like moving forward, might just be to highlight areas and pieces of the drawing that are kind of not visible through the thickness or the opaqueness, the blackness of the lead. Yeah, I'm so much more into this being used as like a limited resource, the white, like as opposed to this. So we got day 5. Who's day 5? All right, let's do this. Let's go into Jacktober prompts. We already have it. We have it right here. Thor, day 5. Thor. Again, haven't drawn Thor too much. So what can we do for Thor? Like you kind of, that's what, like, again, like the little bit of the mystery of sketchbooks is where like you obsessively go back and forth to try and find the next thing, like the next idea, the next pose. I don't know if I have much for. I mean, I guess Thor should be like flying, right? Like he should be. Like this, right? With the hammer. The curvy square head. Yeah, I remember this. Like, this might have been from Superpowers. He might have drawn Superman in like a similar pose. With like the one arm kind of like jettisoning out, if I can say that right. Back to back winged head guys too. Like, I don't even know. Like, I'm really just kind of almost like, again, like just like blindly noodling here. See, like, I don't know how much of this. Yeah, no one even draws Thor anymore, like holding the hammer. by the leather strap. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't seen it for a while. But it's not like I monitor everything either, so. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about that pose. And Thor should be smiling. So I may have to reference a little bit of like how Kirby drew Thor's helmet. You know, because I kind of want to come in and like just add a little bit more detail, a little bit more shape, and I know that's not going to be correct. We're not trying to draw it in the exact Kirby style. We're just trying to emulate it just enough. So you can tell, so you would know. Because I don't like this head at all. Alexa, what's the Eagles score?
At the moment in the Monday Night Football game, the Eagles are losing to the Cowboys 20-7 at halftime.
So this phase is taking me way too long, just so you guys know. I should be moving on by now. We're going to use mostly this side. So who's next? Well, I like to go ahead sometimes just with my paging. Who's day 6? Day 6 is Galactus. Isn't it crazy? I have never have I ever drawn Galactus. We'll do day 7 too. Day 7. Sleeper. Who is Sleeper? Who's Sleeper? I gotta look that up. Day 8. X-Men, which I already have a good idea for. Day 9. Ronan. Yes. We'll go up to 10. And day 10 being Big Barda. So I was going through a lot of posts today, and it looks like a lot of people didn't even complete everything, which was disconcerting. Really was. And keep in mind, people, we're still warm enough to do page work. We got Bug here that I have to finish from the New Gods, if you guys are not familiar with Bug. But for this though, the head's bothering me, and from this pose, the head does give me a lot of trouble. There's so much that's like even abstract about Thor's costume. So much. This took me way too long. Sometimes when you erase some of these like sketch lines or scribble lines, you can kind of just through pressure isolate some of the lines. So you can, you don't have to erase too much, but you can also lighten it so you know like where you're going. But target those lines that you know don't belong. like whenever I even sit down sometimes and I'm like, oh, I'll just like scribble the darks. Like every single time, it's like, well, you can't scribble them. You really have to add detail. You have to shape them. You have to even make them uniformed. Took longer, but yeah, like it's getting there. And of course, we're making these his armor dots pure white. You knew that was coming. All right, that's going to have to dry. That's actually going to take a little bit. All right, everyone. Look, didn't do as much. I always want to do more. I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll keep drawing. Rock and roll. I love you.